The world of reality TV in Atlanta is very chaotic. The infamously quiet magnate of hip-hop and romance, Kirk Frost, is the subject of startling rumors. Fans are shocked and gossip columns are burning with rumors that Kirk fathered a child with Ciara, a young model and rising star in the city's music industry. Insiders assert that Rasheeda, Kirk's wife, found out the truth and that the tension has apparently reached a boiling point, challenged him in what some have described as the most combustible moment in the history of reality TV. Accusations flew, and emotions ran high. The family was split, torn between love, devotion, and betrayal, and tears were shed. Hashtags have been trending on social media. Followers have been speculating non-stop, and every little detail has been scrutinized as proof of the scandal. According to sources, this showdown might have permanent repercussions, upending the Frosts' marriage and permanently changing the show's dynamics. We take you inside the storm tonight, examining each assertion, contentious conversation, and startling turn of events that have left the Atlanta reality scene in disarray. Everyone wants to know if Rasheeda will be able to forgive or if this controversy will force her to file for divorce. Viewers are paying careful attention, and the drama is only stepping up. When rumors about Kirk Frost and Ciara started to spread widely, the animosity in Atlanta's reality TV industry reached an all-time high. Subtle clues had been observed by fans on social media. Nothing could have prepared viewers for the claims that Ciara was purportedly expecting Kirk's child, despite cryptic posts and brief appearances that hinted at a relationship between the two. According to insiders, the murmurs became unavoidable when Rasheeda, Kirk's wife, allegedly found photos, messages, and confirmations of late-night meetings that suggested a startling betrayal. As she assimilated the information, her emotions ran high. She was experiencing waves of sadness, rage, and bewilderment. On camera, the family had always been solid and connected, but all of a sudden, they appeared weak and vulnerable, entangled in a scandal maelstrom that might completely change their life. Rasheeda's close friends reported that she paced for hours while whispering to confidants in an attempt to make sense of what she had discovered. It was an overwhelming feeling of betrayal. According to insiders, she was unable to comprehend how Kirk had supposedly kept such a significant secret from her. According to sources, there were times when she would sit quietly and stare at her phone while crying, then prepare herself to face the truth. The Frosts' private lives, which had previously been concealed by carefully chosen photos and movies, were suddenly under intense public scrutiny. Enthralled, fans tweeted, commented, and conjectured endlessly about what had happened. Every little thing feeds the drama. Although it was said that the altercation started on a serene morning, the Frost home was everything but peaceful. Insiders said that with tension in the air, Rasheeda asked Kirk to talk to her quietly. According to reports, Kirk tried to maintain his usual controlled demeanor when he entered the room, not realizing the full scope of what Rasheeda knew. However, Rasheeda, who was persistent and unwavering, apparently did not let him avoid the topic. According to acquaintances, she addressed him head-on and demanded clarification over the purported interactions with Ciara. Kirk is said to have tried to give justifications, initially evading, but the growing body of evidence rendered any denial untenable. Friends remember the tense atmosphere as explosive and unforgettable. With voices raised, emotions running high, and tears being shed, Rasheeda allegedly displayed screenshots, text messages, and pictures. According to witnesses, every item was evidence of the betrayal she had discovered. She insisted on complete transparency and demanded that Kirk be honest. "How long has this been going on?" she reportedly questioned in a shaky but ferocious voice. Kirk allegedly attempted to clarify by pointing to miscommunications and misunderstandings. "I trusted you with everything, Kirk, and you've been hiding this from me." However, sources claim that his remarks were refuted by overwhelming evidence. The living room used to be a cozy and familial area. Relationship turned into a battleground of regret, accusations, and raw emotion. Family members and others who witnessed the altercation described it as an emotionally charged scenario. While some tried to mediate by gently reminding others to maintain composure, others just observed in silence, taken aback by how honest the conversation was. According to sources, while being kept in the dark about the specifics, the kids sensed the tension, which led to an underlying pressure that made even casual conversations with a lot of unanswered questions. As viewers conjectured about the ramifications and possible repercussions for the Frost family, social media users reportedly shared fragments and replies, heightening the tension. Personal treachery and public scrutiny combined to create a perfect storm, causing the family's alliances to be put to the test and emotions to spiral out of control. According to reports, Ciara's purported involvement made things more difficult. Although she kept largely mute in public, insiders claimed that she was aware of the storm that she had sparked. According to reports, Ciara's friends attested to her feelings of anxiety and overwhelm, aware that her purported relationship with Kirk and the rumored pregnancy had caused upheaval in many lives. she apparently had to navigate a world where every social media post and public appearance was scrutinized for clues, affirmations, or denials due of the pressure, both personal and public. The examination heightened the drama, increasing the volatility and unpredictability of the scenario. According to insiders, Rasheeda's strength grew more noticeable as the conflict went on. Despite the strong emotions, friends say, she remained calm and demanded that Kirk be honest and accountable. She reportedly insisted on hearing the facts directly and would not allow anyone to step in or soften the conversation. "I deserve to know everything." Kirk, with an unwavering tone, she allegedly said, "I need to understand exactly what happened and what it means for us." Kirk allegedly found it difficult to respond intelligibly after being taken aback by the strength of her resolve. As he dealt with the repercussions of his purported conduct, the situation's realism pressed down on him. According to reports, the effects on the broader family were soon apparent. It was said that family members who had previously backed Kirk were divided between standing up for him and feeling sorry for Rasheeda. An atmosphere of emotional upheaval is described by friends and family insiders as members tried to balance allegiances while observing the collapse of trust and the unadulterated intensity of the clash. Even everyday activities, dinners, casual discussions, and shared moments were apparently burdened with emotional weight due to the tension in the home, generating an unprecedented sense of vulnerability. In the meantime, attention on social media apparently increased. Every image, narrative, and comment was examined by fans, who looked for any indications of regret, guilt, or vindication. According to insiders, the scandal's hashtags were constantly trending, bringing attention to a subject that started out as a private marital problem on a worldwide scale. Public opinion was sharply divided, with comments ranging from indignation and incredulity to sympathy for Rasheeda and her children. According to friends and insiders, Kirk and Rasheeda were under constant pressure to deal with their own tragedy, while being watched by millions of people. According to insiders, Rasheeda started making conscious efforts to keep herself and her kids safe. Friends say she carefully considers her next course of action, consults with trusted confidants, and plans. According to reports, she wanted to make sure that decisions would prioritize her own dignity, familial stability, and emotional safety. According to sources, she was determined to take charge of the story even during times of personal sorrow, refusing to be taken advantage of by deceit or rumors. Insiders claim that Kirk was under increasing pressure to deal with the personal and public fallout from the purported affair. According to friends, he battled regret, guilt, and the stress of being watched all the time by both family and admirers. Rasheeda reportedly resisted attempts at apology and explanation, sticking to her demands for accountability and honesty. Every private discussion, every attempt at reconciliation, and every public appearance, according to sources, was tense because both parties were fully aware that their actions were being closely examined from every direction. Professional ties were apparently impacted by the alleged scandal as well. According to insiders, Love and Hip Hop's producers and cast were closely keeping an eye on the situation and determining how much of the intimate drama could be caught on camera without going against moral principles. With the possibility of explosive content looming over every encounter, friends describe an environment of apprehensive anticipation. According to reports, the combination of public entertainment and personal betrayal produced a stressful atmosphere, where Kirk and Rasheeda had to deal with social, professional, and emotional challenges all at once. Social complexity all at once. Friends of the couple reportedly saw subtle indications of weakness and emotional collapse as the hours went by. According to insiders, Kirk seemed more reflective and nervous. The day was reportedly marked by moments of introspection, sad pauses, and open discussions, which revealed the tremendous impact of the claimed betrayal. Even though Rasheeda carefully balanced strength with tenderness, according to sources, even when composed temporarily reappeared, but the underlying tension persisted. Further developments were purportedly brought about by a continual reminder of the storm that had been unleashed the day before. According to insiders, the scenario became more complex due to fresh facts, private communications, and extra context. Friends remember an intensely emotional atmosphere where judgments about the future were crucial. Loyalty was reassessed, and trust was put to the test. What as the consequences of the alleged betrayal continued to echo through every interaction. The family reportedly found it difficult to manage everyday tasks amid unprecedented emotional turmoil. Insiders stressed that Rasheeda's top priorities remained safeguarding her children and maintaining her dignity throughout the ordeal. According to friends, she showed incredible fortitude by carefully striking a balance between smart decision-making and emotional sensitivity. According to sources, she is considerate, resolute, and unwavering, taking charge of her own story while managing the unforeseen fallout from Kirk's purported acts. Fans who kept a careful eye on every event allegedly admired the drama's intensity, appreciating the bravery and poise she displayed in an extremely difficult circumstance. Insiders claim that the environment in the Frost household grew nearly intolerable as the strain increased. Friends talk about calm, strained glances in the morning and whispered disagreements and tears in the evening. Rasheeda allegedly confronted Kirk about the purported pregnancy and the chronology of events, refusing to allow him to avoid accountability. She allegedly demanded, "I need to know everything, Kirk. I will not be left in the dark. Not anymore." During one confrontation, according to sources, Kirk, taken aback by her intensity, allegedly found it difficult to respond, occasionally trying to sidestep or justify herself. But Rasheeda reportedly would not accept anything less than complete honesty. The couple's friends said that the children's presence added a layer of complexity, and insiders say that even when efforts were made to protect them from the worst of the emotional storm, they could sense the tension, asking questions and seeing behaviors that hinted at a deeper family conflict. The home, which was once a place of warmth and unity, reportedly felt fragile, with each interaction carrying emotional. The fallout reportedly extended beyond the home, with fans scrutinizing every post, story, and comment from Kirk, Rasheeda, and Sierra on social media, and hashtags associated with the scandal trending. Friends described scenes where casual family moments were interspersed with pauses, uneasy silences, and unspoken acknowledgement of the scandal that had engulfed their lives. Worldwide, bringing attention to the alleged affair, as well as the emotional toll it had taken on the family. According to insiders, conversations ranged from support and empathy for Rasheeda to outrage and disbelief, creating a divided public narrative. The scrutiny reportedly added enormous pressure, leaving both Kirk and Rasheeda acutely aware that their private suffering was now a matter of public spectacle. Grew stronger as the days passed. According to friends, she started establishing clear boundaries, making it clear that any attempt at deceit or evasion would be met with firmness. She reportedly put her children's emotional well-being first, having careful conversations to explain that adults occasionally make mistakes while shielding them from unnecessary details. Insiders claimed that this strategy won her admiration from both friends and fans, who praised her ability to remain composed while navigating a scandal of such magnitude. On the other hand, friends claim that Kirk made an effort to speak with Sierra privately in an effort to clear up any misunderstandings and dispel rumors. But insiders characterize these efforts as essentially futile in the face of Rasheeda's unwavering demand for the truth. The dual challenge of managing private accountability and public perception created an atmosphere of increased tension. Sources claim that even small interactions, phone calls, text messages, and casual encounters became emotionally charged. The drama reportedly reached a new level when insiders said that Rasheeda chose to have private conversations with close family and trusted friends. Friends described meetings where emotions ran high, with loyalty, trust, and anger all surfacing. Some family members reportedly struggled to choose sides, torn between empathy for Rasheeda and long-standing support for Kirk. Insiders claim these moments revealed underlying fractures within the extended family as past grievances, unresolved conflicts, and the current scandal combined to create a highly charged emotional landscape. Social media continued to magnify the story, with fans posting speculations, reactions, and commentary, analyzing every detail from facial expressions to post timing. According to insiders, the unrelenting attention added psychological weight, forcing both Kirk and Rasheeda to navigate personal emotions under constant observation. Even casual statements were analyzed, interpreted, and widely shared, creating a feedback loop that intensified the drama. In order to manage stress and preserve some semblance of privacy, friends described this time as emotionally draining. Sierra's alleged involvement reportedly continued to garner attention. Insiders say that although she refrained from making public statements, private conversations with friends revealed a young woman caught in a whirlwind. Sources say she struggled with guilt, anxiety, and the realization that her alleged actions had significant consequences for a high-profile family. Friends of Rasheeda reportedly noticed a change in her demeanor. Although she was still deeply affected by the alleged betrayal, she showed a remarkable sense of agency, making careful decisions about communication, appearance, and public engagement. Insiders suggest that she was intent on regaining control over the narrative. The pressure, both from public scrutiny and personal conscience, made her navigate each day cautiously, aware that any misstep could exacerbate an already volatile situation, refusing to let Kirk or outside conjecture control her emotional or social life. Sources portray a woman managing severe personal suffering while setting limits, putting her kids first, and exhibiting fortitude that struck a deep chord with fans. The emotional exchanges reportedly took place over days and weeks rather than in a single incident. Insiders stated that Rasheeda confronted Kirk several times. The intensity of these private interactions combined with the public attention created a highly charged atmosphere that tested every relationship within the household. Friends described Kirk as visibly shaken, struggling to maintain composure under scrutiny while attempting to offer explanations and apologies. Each exchange was filled with tears, anger, and occasional moments of silence where the weight of the situation was almost palpable. According to insiders, attempts at friends speculate that the emotional roller coaster highlighted the profound impact of the alleged betrayal, highlighting the difficulty of balancing personal healing with public visibility. On some days, reconciliation was tentative and cautious, with both Kirk and Rasheeda navigating routine activities with careful emotional management. On other days, it reportedly erupted into heated exchanges over seemingly minor issues as the lingering tension made even trivial disagreements feel monumental. The alleged scandal reportedly had an impact on professional settings as well. According to insiders, Love and hip-hop producers kept a close eye on the situation and debated how much of the personal turmoil could be incorporated into the show's plot without going against ethical standards. Cast members were reportedly cautious in their interactions, knowing that any participation or commentary could be interpreted as taking sides. The combination of public entertainment and private heartbreak reportedly created a particularly tense working environment where every action was constantly scrutinized and her emotional energy was put to the test. Rasheeda's friends talked about times